So here are 12 things, or maybe I think of more, to make the kitchen better for disabled people. I quickly thought about. 1 is make the oven doors and other things have less of a heat capacity. And what I mean by that is heat capacity is how much heat energy a thing can store. So for example, water has a high heat capacity, it can store a lot of things. So 90-degree water feels a lot hotter than 90-degree air. And that means when you touch something that has a higher heat capacity, it heats you up faster, which means it burns you faster. So if we had oven doors and other kitchen appliances that cook have less heat capacity on the outer ends, then you're less likely to burn yourself on the oven doors. Hence be safer. Wider spacing so people can have more room to move around and not hit each other. And it will be more wheelchair accessible or people with mobility. And this is also a problem for people that have issues with being aware of the body or movement issues. Having a no-slip surface so people have less accidents and slip and hurt themselves. And there's a variety of ways of doing that, from making it a tiny bit rough to plastic, stuff like that. Oh, I thought of a 13th. You also want no carpet, of course. No one ever almost puts carpet in there. But also having tile linoleum or something that's easy to clean up and with a non-stick coating. Wood is not the best because wood has the problem with that it warps and gets damaged easily. With someone that is disabled, something might have a hard time repairing or might have to think more about cleaning up when they shouldn't. Another thing I thought about is if you on the floor have a slight, like in sinks and showers and stuff, if there's a slight curve so the water pools on the sides instead of in the center, that can drain the water away quicker. You can even have a drain in it, in the kitchen. I'm going to add this here. And that kitchen draining can help stop water from accumulating, which makes it more sanitary, help clean out the kitchen, but also make it less likely you slip and hurt yourself. Another thing that I want to point out that's kind of an idea is to have the countertop have it over all the drawers and stuff so you don't bump into them as much, but then have actual handles that are nice and long and not circular, because that gives people the best grip to open up stuff. The fancy cabinets, some of them don't even have handles, and having one that you can put your whole hand around like a bar is the easiest for people to grip on compared to circular ones, which can be hard for some people to grip with fine motor problems or oddly shaped hands or have other or don't even have hands. Lever handles, so it might mean like a lever, like a long rod, instead of they go up and down instead of a circular one for faucets and stuff, can really help people with grip and mobility issues, and they can more easily adjust to a little bit with less strength to control the water being too hot or not too cold for cooking. Another one I want to point out is having an induction oven, because induction ovens use a magnet to heat up certain metals and less likely to burn something that is knotted or cause a fire. But there should be other settings, because sometimes it's hard to cook something using induction oven induction stove. I meant induction stove. So there should be other ones, but just have buttons to more play around with it, so it's not always automatic and easy to turn on. Having everything high off the ground helps with people that have problem bending and stuff and with cleanup, but also it reduces actually rodents and bugs getting into food and stuff, which makes the whole thing more hygiene, and it's actually in a lot of rules about how to maintain proper hygiene in restaurants and stuff like that. Having fridge with reminders or lists where it talks about what food is in the fridge can really help people with ADHD and autism and stuff remember what they have to eat, which is important. They have to drink, which is important. Even medications are stored in cold. And beyond all that wonderful things I just said, it can the fridge having reminders can also stop you from wasting food, which saves you money and make everything more hygiene. I've talked about this different, but having more different noises with more different noise settings can help you be more aware of the surroundings without causing noise sensitivity issues and more. Having an auto turn off with cooking the text when stuff is burning and turns it off, or something like that, can help people that have problems cooking cook better. distractions and cause less fires and incidents. This also was fancy auto cookers in the past that could detect moisture levels in microwaves and more with sensors, and these were in the past in like the 80s and 90s, but now we got rid of them. And why can't we put them back, and then people could cook a lot more food without having to pay attention and be the perfect cook as much. And the last one I want to discuss here is what I call simple cookers. And simple cookers are the stuff that is made to be really easy to cook with. This is a rice cooker. This could be a toaster. In a toaster, you can't cook as much variety of meals as you can cook in a rice cooker. You can cook more than just rice in a rice cooker, or you can cook rice with a variety of little things mixed in. It could be a blender for smoothies, even though blenders are very, very loud. So maybe design a quieter blender, which would mean, because of the chopping up process, that's a lot of noise, so you would have to probably design some fancy noise shielding, which is difficult, but you probably could do it, but then that'll drive up the price, and I don't think people want it when it's not, but I think it's probably worthwhile. I am debating with myself right here, or you can turn a microwave into something with more automatic functions to do all this stuff. So the possibilities are quite endless. I'm trying to think if there's any other simple cookers. I mean, there's the simple grilled cheese makers, hot pots, which you could combine with the rice cooker, which will be kind of cool. I probably can think of some more later. Well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours, so I can do this more, and so I can help support myself better. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Also, leave a comment behind if you have any ideas for future videos, comments or suggestions or anything. And lastly, thank you again. Goodbye.